our second amateur fight.
Esco Zoo, baby.
After this, it's all pro fights.
Show what time it is. Esco Zoo, baby. Show what time it is. Let's get it.
And the fight is underway. Michael Burke, the 20-year-old, out of the blue corner.
Bless his ass.
Nathan Morris, 31-year-old, out of the red corner.
Come on now.
Lots of smiles for Nathan early on.
Burke looks like he's trying to step back a little bit and keep range. Makes me wonder if he's going to use those long legs to land kicks against his opponent, Nathan Morris.
Morris was the first one launching a kick. There another one, left and low, but no power. Burke measuring him out.
You can see how fluid and relaxed Burke is. Makes me wonder if this fight goes longer, what energy levels might be like in the third round.
They're only 2-minute rounds, this being an amateur fight. 3 rounds, just 2-minute round, or 3-minute rounds for this one.
Another chopping leg kick from Morris. He has thrown several very powerful leg kicks that have landed flush thus far.
Yeah, those shin guards don't completely help you from the pain of those kicks.
Yeah, I would think that the shin guards are actually a little bit more protection for the shin than they are for the opponent. Yes, there's a little bit of protection and help in absorbing damage, but not necessarily a ton.
Morris dropping his hands, kind of teasing Burke to throw.
Yeah, both guys' hands are actually relatively low. Now that they're inside the pocket, they're a little bit higher. Double underhooks now by Morris.
I like the feint with the left and then the lead right by Burke, but he didn't have enough conviction with it. He kind of pulled up instead of just letting it fly.
I agree. We see great head position now out of Morris.
Ooh.
He's trying to lower his arms down towards the lower torso of his opponent, Michael Burke.
Yeah, Morris looking for the takedown. Good defending by Burke.
The closer Morris is able to get to the hips, and the more control of Michael Burke's hips he gets, the easier the takedown will be. You can see Michael Burke fighting those hands out so that Morris no longer has double underhooks.
Who's burning more energy, though, in this position?
I would say Morris is, but I think that it's a wise time to be spending energy, looking for the takedown and being in a controlling position.
And also looking to steal that first round, and the first round's over. I'm going to have to lean towards Morris just because he did a little bit more.
And he had those leg kicks, in my opinion. The biggest moments were those leg kicks and then that fence work. Not a whole lot happened in the first round. Both guys feeling each other out. I expect to see Michael Burke start throwing some big head kicks later on in this round.
Reliving the highlights, it was Burke early, but again, he kind of slow with letting it fly, and he missed there, and then the nice knees by Burke.
Did not set up that right hand, and as a result, Morris was able to get double underhooks and control his opponent for about 20 to 30 seconds on the cage, which might not sound like a long time, but it's 25% of the match. And as we saw the very closing there, we saw Burke throw a head kick that Morris just leaned back for, dropped his hands. And if I were Burke's coaches, I would tell him to come in and start looking to throw something big from my rear leg towards my opponent's head.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go into round 3 needing a knockout. So I think Burke needs to know that he lost round 1. You can't keep measuring him out for too long. You did it for the first 3 minutes, and it cost you the first round.
I agree 100% with you all.
Let's go to round 2.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You got this. Ain't nothing but a pawn, homie. You a king. You a king.
Round 2 underway. Show of class, clashing hands early. But I want to see some fists flying. Burke teasing again, but not letting it fly. And again.
You can see Burke already went up to check the kick once or twice when Morris feinted it, because he's definitely thinking about those low kicks. One thing is when you get a guy thinking low and then you come high, you might be able to find an opening upstairs while they're thinking low.
Yeah, just 2-minute rounds. These fly by, these amateur fights. Burke, let it fly already.
I agree with you. Burke needs to start letting his hands and feet go. He's doing a good job of trying to find angles and control range, but thus far he's thrown one punch, and we're about a quarter of the way through this second round.
And again, Morris's kicks are not clean, but they're still getting points. They're still connecting, and Burke keeps waiting. It's almost as if, like in sparring, he would see the punch and he'd throw it, and since it's not there, he's not throwing it. The guy's not going to just leave his face there for you, Michael.
Right, and gun shy is the term that I would use for that. He definitely, there we go. Sometimes you just need to get hit to let your hands fly a little bit. I'd like to see him continue with the output.
And I like the combination, but his last 2 punches were going backwards. He had Morris leaning backwards for the first time. He should have kept going forward, but again, that's what these amateur fights are for.
I agree. We just saw Burke throw another head kick that did not miss by a ton of space. I would like to see him throw some straight punches to get Morris stepping or leaning back, and then follow that with a big lead or rear head kick. There again, I think the head kick is Burke's weapon right now, especially at this range. Put his hands in his opponent's face and then throw something upstairs with some intensity.
Last 15 seconds, who's going to steal the round?
Ooh, another chopping leg kick by Morris. Burke tries to throw one back, but definitely didn't have the power of Morris's.
Now, to Burke's credit, he looks to be getting bigger as this fight goes on, and now he's connecting. And just like I said, who's going to do enough to steal the round? I'm going to give that round to Michael Burke for that little flurry in the middle. Huge.
I agree 100% that was the very end of that second round gave Michael Burke the round. Again, a very close round, but he's going to need to apply that same output we saw in the last 20 seconds to the entire 2 minutes of this third round if he wants to go home and keep that undefeated record.
Let's go to highlights from round 2. A little bit better from Michael Burke, but it was early Morris with the kicks.
Yeah, we see Burke staying just beyond range, and here was one of the best moments of the fight of the entire fight and the round for Burke, where he got hit and then threw his hands back and let some stuff go.
Right here. Ooh, and that one he barely missed, but there he connects with a nice 2. I think it was enough to steal the round.
I agree, and hopefully that gives him some confidence to start implementing a lot more offense in this third round. Those moments are what we need to see more of out of Burke if he wants to finish or win this third round.
And also, being your amateur fight, you want to put in quality work. Just going backwards and not throwing, yeah, you're not receiving, but you're not getting the work in that you want to use these amateur fights for.
And not just that, but fighting on probably the biggest platform of his early career thus far. You want to come out here and make an...
Ooh! Morris coming out here saying, I want to make a name for myself too at 31 years old. His third amateur fight, and Morris wants to win this.
Both guys seem like they have more desire to win in this third round.
Well, just 2 minutes to go.
Morris again with the intensity on these low kicks, looking for it on the inside now, where we saw a lot of his other kicks were on the outside of the leg. The inside.
Ooh!
Burke needs to have more offense like that and continue to throw and follow up.
Burke has a nice jab. He snaps it pretty well. He's just not throwing it. A kick to the head. No power there.
Yeah, those head kicks are what I would be telling him to throw more of. Ooh, man, chopping leg kicks again. That's one thing about going against a taller fighter like Morris is being able to chop on those long, daddy long legs.
There's Burke.
This is what Burke needs to continue the output here. He can't disengage and then play the range game. He needs to stay inside.
And he split the lip of Morris or the nose. They can't quite tell. Now left and the right to connect. And now Burke wants to throw. I like what I'm seeing. Michael Burke.
Me too. Sometimes guys need to get hit once or twice before they really get in and start fighting. And Burke seems like one of those guys. Wow, we see some color on the face of Nathan Morris.
I think it was that straight jab, which I was calling for. He's got a nice, he snaps it. It's a good punch, and he finally let it fly, and I think it opened up the nose. I did not see a headbutt, Blake. I don't know if you saw a headbutt. I think it was from that straight right.
It's hard to tell, but this takedown could win the fight for Morris, or it could lose the fight for Burke. He needs to do everything he can to get back to his feet. He does not want to end this third round on bottom, because you don't know if judges are going to base
it. Look at Morris.
There we go. Judges, in my opinion, should base it on damage. And we see more damage on Morris's face, but we've seen...
And what a finish to the fight. The takedown might have won it for Morris, but the judges also see blood and they see the damage. So now, I mean, I don't know who I'd give this fight to. I don't know. I'm going to lean Burke.
I think it's a very tough one, and that's why I'm always glad I'm at the commentary table. One thing worth mentioning, though, is Morris has blood on his face, more visible damage, but the amount of leg kicks that he landed on his opponent.
Here, let's do a cut. Let's see if it's a headbutt or if it's a straight. Boom.
Was it that left hook?
Headbutt.
Oh, yeah. The left hand busted Morris open. And as we saw, wearing a crimson mask at the end of the third round.
I want to see it again. Are you sure it was a left, not a headbutt?
Yeah, I think that was it right there.
Then it opened it up more with the punches. But then here comes the takedown and a couple good hammer fists. I like the defending by Burke. Man, what a tough loss to either one. Drama, baby, at Lights Out Extreme Fighting 10. A quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the official decision. Lights Out Extreme Fighting 10. Former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas and king of NBA Twitter Josiah Johnson talk to the biggest names in sports and culture on No Chill. Check them out Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fubo Sports and anytime on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. No Chill with Gilbert Arenas on Fubo. Back to Lights Out Extreme Fighting 10. Now time for the official decision. What a fight. Let's go to the official decision between Nathan Morris and Michael Burke.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for both of these gladiators. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 exciting rounds, judge number 1 scored the bout 29-28 for Burke. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29-28 for Morris. And judge number 3 scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Nathan Morris.
The victory to Nathan Morris, split decision, and I think we're split even on this